Hello, hello, and welcome back to Everyday Matters with Harry. Thank you so much for coming in today. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Everyday Matters live stream. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. Is anyone there? If you're there, let me know you're here. Just say something so I'll know you're here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today we'll be talking about a very, very important question. Okay, so do people need to attain certain level of status before they decide to get married? So is there something that people need to do before they eventually get married? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. But thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one. Wise Bunny, thank you so much for coming. I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I came to your live once, I think, but you weren't there. So it's kind of strange. I was there, but you were very quiet. So I said hello and then left. But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bonnie Fitness Study, thank you so much. A Talk with Richie, thank you so much. I'm so happy to see everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merry Christmas to you too, Richie. Thank you. You know what? Being on YouTube just reminds you that Christmas is around the corner, because I was thinking like I can't be bothered with all this lockdown, with the pandemic and everything that's happened this year. I just didn't even feel like celebrating at all. But being on YouTube, seeing people's videos, I've just watched Nibo's video on Christmas wish list. I watched somebody else's Christmas wish list. Some people are going Christmas shopping, you know. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should start doing something as well. Bonnie said, Sharon has shared me out. Thank you so much, Sharon. But I'm also getting work done for college before I go to school tomorrow. Okay, that's great. I've been doing a lot of silence because I'm super busy with school. I'm so behind, so playing catch up. Yes, yes, definitely. Whatever works for you. Jessica Trinovec, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you coming today. Thank you all so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think I'm talking really quick, so I'm kind of trying to catch my breath. So thank you, Trisha King. Thank you so much for coming. I missed your premiere yesterday because I was out shopping. So by the time I came back home, it was all done. I'm like, oh no, but I didn't watch it. But I'm looking forward to your video on opening presents. That's the best one. But thank you all so much for coming. How has everyone been? How is everyone? How's your Sunday been? Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Has everyone been in church today? Have you been out? Have you been doing anything today? Have you had a good week? How's everyone doing? And Merry Christmas in advance to everyone as well. Thank you all so much for coming. Okay, so today, like I said, we'll be talking about the topic I've tagged. Do you need to attain a certain status, like certain level of status before you decide to get married? This is talking about men and women. Okay, Trish. Okay, so this is talking about men and women. So do we need to attain a certain level of status, or do we need to attain anything at all before we decide to get married? Okay, so that's what we'll be talking about today. And I'd like your contributions as much as possible. I'll be giving you mine as well. Me too. YouTube came reminding me. Yes, yes. Ify Best Channel, thank you so much. It's all Rishi shared me out. Thank you so thank you so much. Sharon shared me out. I haven't seen her yet, but thank you so much. Wise Bunny says no. Okay, so thumbs up. Thank you so much. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in and share the stream if you can. But thank you all so much for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, well, thank you so much. So the question today is, do we need to attain a certain level of status or whatever before we get married? Okay, this is for males and females. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you think we need to get to a certain place, a certain stage in our lives before we decide to get married? So this is talking about, let's say, a status in our finances, a status in our career, anything at all. And do we need to attain anything like that before we decide that we're going to get married? Okay, so that's the question, and I've got a link as well. Richie, if you want to post that link for me, just so that if anyone wants to come in and say anything, they can come in. Be free to give us your opinion as well. But thank you all so much. I'll just have a little drink. Okay, so thank you, thank you, thank you. A29 TV, hello to you too. I saw you just done your premiere. But watch it after my LS. Thank you so much for coming, A29. I do appreciate you. Thank you so, so much. For some reasons, I'm struggling to breathe. Nanyan series, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that's coming in today. I appreciate every single one of you for coming. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in as well. Nanyan series, I haven't seen you in a while. But thank you so much for coming. So 829 is saying smash the like button. So yes, 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 smash the like button as you come in. Thank you all so much. So the question now is, do we need to prophetic VIP TV? Thank you so much. God bless you, beautiful host. Thank you. Thank you so, so much for that. I do appreciate you so much. Thank you. So do we think that before anyone get married, whether male, female, do we need to attain? My sis, I was always, but I'm back. You're away, but back now. I know I haven't seen you in a while. Well, good to have you back, and Merry Christmas in advance to you and to everyone in the house. Okay, back and full ground. Okay. That's good. I'm happy to have you back. I'm happy everyone. Sometimes, because we know so many people, some people will just go quiet for a bit. Sometimes we don't even notice that they're away. Sometimes some people are not even okay. We don't even know. So what we need to do is, if you know anyone that you're close to that maybe is away for a while, what you might want to do is just to check on them to see how they are. Cubs, then thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you so, so much. Thank you so much in the background in church. Hello, everyone. We'll contribute afterwards. That's fine. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Okay, so if I think the talk with Rich, she say yes. So she's saying that yes, you need to attain certain level of status before you think of getting married. Okay, so if your best is saying, I think it is not that necessary. Once you are ripe for marriage, go for it. If you have someone on the line, but when you don't have anyone, you can use that single time, go for your career. Okay, so that's fine. So Richie is saying yes, you need to attain certain level of status before you get married, but if he's saying no, so long as you are ready, so long as you're ripe, you can go ahead if you have someone around. Okay, so while I totally agree with the two of you, like, okay, you need to attain certain level. There's some things that, hello Vienna, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So there are certain things that you need, okay, you need to before you can get married. So not necessarily status. So you don't necessarily have to have a specific status, okay? There are times that we've heard of people saying, okay, I want to wait until I get a house, or until I buy a house, or until I build a house, okay, before I get married. Listen, Ahmed, thank you so much. Thank you so, so much for coming. Some people have said until I get a job that pays me $1 million or 1 million naira in Nigerian terms, until I get a job that pays me so and so amount of money, or until I start my business and start making that amount of money, I will not get married. Okay, so those are the kind of status that some people put in themselves. Some people will say, okay, I won't get married until I finish my PhD, or until I finish my master's degree. I won't get married. Okay, but what I'm going to say is you don't necessarily need, that's my own opinion, okay, but feel free to give us your opinion. But thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in as well, and I'll really, really love your contributions as well. Just let us know what you think, okay? So my point is, you don't necessarily need to do all that. You don't need to have all the qualifications. So some people are so career oriented. Some women are career oriented, and they'll say, you know what, I want to do a PhD, I want to do a BSc, PhD, masters, I want to do that, I want to start my job, I want to get to a certain level in my job, in my career, before I can get married. Thank you, Vienna, for sharing me out. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, so some people will say, okay, I want to attain these things before I get married. But that's completely not necessary. Like if he said, and Richie, you said yes. I want to know your opinion. Why you said yes as well? I should have asked that first. I want to know why you said yes. Okay. Thank you so much, Vienna. I do appreciate it. Sharon, I saw your share as well. Thank you so much. Okay, so some people will say I need to get this, that before I get married. But that's, to me, that not everyone is different, so you can decide that. But for me, I don't think that's necessary. Okay, you can decide that's what you want, but that's not necessary. It shouldn't be a yardstick for you to get married. I was talking to my husband yesterday, and we're talking about this topic, and what I was reminded of one of my friends. She was going out with this guy in uni. Okay, they were going out, they were dating in uni, and then they finished their uni together. Okay, so I think she finished first. She was waiting for him, and then he finished uni. And what happened was, by the time he finished his uni, he said he wanted to get a job that paid him. I think he said he wanted to start working in Shell before he would get married. He wanted to get a job that paid him maybe like 10,000 or 1 million naira or something. S Money Mail, thank you so much for sharing me out. I do appreciate it. And thank you so much for coming in as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what he said he wanted to get a job that paid him a specific amount of money before he would get married. Bearing in mind this, bearing in mind that these two people are now out of the university, so this girl was in a stage where she was ready to get married, and the guy she was dating wasn't ready because he wanted to have a certain amount of money every month before he could get married. So those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. So you don't need to have a job that pays you certain amounts of money, so long as you're ready, okay, and you have an income, okay. So there are certain things that you need, okay, but they're not like, okay, you have to have certain level of that, okay. Like I said, everyone is different. The most important thing is that you have a source of income, okay. You have a source of income, you have someone that can understand and work with you, you have prospects, okay. So if you have that, then yes, you can. Richie says, I will come up if you want because I'm feeding my kids. Yes, you can come up if you want. I shared it. And please help me post that link I sent you this afternoon as well, Richie, please. So if it best to say, some people have missed their luck because of their mentality, and now they are regretting it and crying. Yeah, so this is my friend I was telling you about. The girl eventually left him and married someone else. Okay, and the point is they were so in love with each other, they were dating each other, they were happy, but because he wasn't ready. And you know, when you say, okay, I want to have this kind of job, you're not sure if you're going to have that job yet. You're not sure if it's going to happen, if it's possible. You're just saying, okay, this is what I want. Okay, so if it was something that you're working towards, say maybe you want to have 1 million naira in your bank account, and you are saving every month, you're saving maybe 100,000, 100,000, 100,000. We know that it's something that you're working towards. But this time around, it's uncertain. It's not certain if you're going to actually have that job or not, if you're going to be able to have that kind of money or not. Okay, but this guy missed out on his guy. I don't know if they were supposed to be husband and wife in true terms, but with the way everything was going, she left him and got married to someone that was ready. Okay, so things like that. Some people will say, okay, they have a job, but they want to have a house. They want to build a house first before they can get married. Okay, so they're happy being bachelors. The Authentic Lynn, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in as well. Okay, so what we're saying is, do you need to attain a certain level of status before you think of getting married? Okay, so when we say that, we know that there are certain things that you must have. Okay, there's some certain things that you must have. Precious Meal, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you for coming. Give me a thumbs up as you come in as well. Thank you so much. We know that there are certain things, there are certain qualities that you must have, okay, before you get married, but you don't necessarily need to have certain amounts, okay. It depends on you. So you might have set yourself a target, but let that target be realistic. Let that target be realistic. Don't say, okay, I want a job that pays me this amount when that job is not certain. Okay. And if you rightly said just now that some people have missed their destinies, the people that they're supposed to marry, because of their mentality. Okay, so Precious Missy, I have given you thumbs up. Okay, okay. Thank you. I'm not all that strong, but I will be contributing. Okay, thank you. Ify, what is wrong? Is it Whitey that's giving you trouble? I hope you're well. Oh, please rest as much as you can. Rest, please. Okay, but yes, please give us your contributions as you come in. So, do you think that people should have a certain level of money, or maybe get a certain career, or maybe have built a house before? And it's not just, it's not even just about marriage. Some people that are even already married, some of them will say, okay, you know what, let's get married, let's wait until we have a house, or let's build a house first before we start having children. I know this is individual, so people can decide to do that, okay, but that also applies. Okay, if it's realistic, if you have a reason for doing that, say some people are married and they decide, okay, let's wait for 1, 2, 3, 5 years before we start having children, that's completely fine, because that's you two agreeing to work together with it. Okay, you can agree and then you can do that. Okay, but then there are some people that will set unrealistic targets for themselves. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. Okay, so Bunny is saying, I have best distraction here soon, I'll have to move. Okay, no worries, Bunny. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wise Bunny. Thank you so much. Okay, people can set targets for themselves, but let that target be realistic. And before you get married, there are certain things that you should have. Okay, there are certain things that are a must, and I think that's where Richie was coming from before. There are certain things that are a must, so you need to be mature. Okay, so you need to be mature enough to know that yes, I am ready. So you just want to be ready. Okay, so you want to be ready in so many ways, in so many levels. You want to be ready mentally. Okay, so in your mind, you need to be ready before you can even start saying, okay, you want to bring someone into your life. Okay, so Bonnie's saying, okay, she's going talking to Vienna. Okay, that's fine. So you want to be mentally ready. Okay, so those things are a must, that things that you must have before you think of getting married. There are certain things that you must attain, certain status that you must attain, but then there are some other status that are not completely necessary. Okay, so the first one I said was your mind. So mentally, you need to be ready. Okay, you need to be ready to say, okay, you know what, I think I'm ready to get married. Okay, so mentally be ready. Emotionally, you also want to be ready. Okay, so emotionally, when I say emotionally, you need to be emotionally mature. Okay, so you shouldn't be that person that gets angry all the time. You shouldn't be that person that's crying all the time. You shouldn't be that person that can't take a joke, that can't take criticisms. Okay, so I know that at some time we all um could be sensitive, but if you want to be married, then you shouldn't be overly sensitive, because your partner will come in and step on your toes and criticize you and say all things that would hurt your emotions. Okay, because you can't guarantee that they won't do that. So emotionally, you want to be a mature person before you can get married, before you even think of getting married. Okay, because if you're not emotionally mature and the person that you're going to be with is emotionally mature, then it's going to be an issue for that person. Okay, so we want to be emotionally mature before anything. So if it's saying, host, I was in school when I got married, so I was schooling with my children and family. So when you meet your ribs, I advise to go for it that time. Delay is dangerous sometimes. So yes, so long as you are ready, once that person comes around, my husband will always say, when the student is ready, the teacher would appear. Okay. When the student is ready, the teacher would appear. So when you are ready in your mind, so you need to be mature in your mind to say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to get married. This person has come around, I'm ready to get married. So you go for it. Okay, there's no need to delay, because you're ready and the other person is ready. Okay, and if it just pointed out there that she was still in university. So when I say mature, it's not about age. It's not about whether you've finished university or whether you're not. Okay, or whether you're still in uni. It's not about age. You just need to be ready in your mind. Queen Amo, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate. Okay. So Wise Body is saying you have to be able to fund for a family, being mentally ready, mature, and being able to know what you're going through. Oh yeah, so that's true. So that's also true. Okay, so you need to be mature. You need to be able to. So that's one. Another thing is to be financially independent, just like Bonnie has pointed out. So financially, you need to be independent so that you can be able to fend for yourself first before you bring someone else into your life or into your world. Okay, so if you're a man and you're not able to fend for yourself, how are you going to fend for your family? Because by the time you get married, before you know it, children start coming in. Okay, if you can't fend for yourself, I can't get my words right anymore. If you can't fend for yourself and the person you're getting married to can't fend for himself or herself, then you're going to put yourself through unnecessary hardship. Okay, so you want to be able to fend for yourself. Henry, thank you so much for coming. Diamond TV Online, thank you so, so much. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so Bonnie is saying that you need to be mature emotionally so that you can know what the other person is going through. Funny thing is, there's so much things as HSPs in the world. So those need to be able to take criticism and understand what it's not meant as attack. Yeah, so some people are not able to take criticisms. Okay, so that's why I said you need to be emotionally mature because the partner you're going to get married, I for one, I have a sharp tongue. I have a sharp tongue, and there's some things I will say that even though I don't mean it in a certain way, you might take it in a certain way. Okay, so you need to be mature enough to know that, okay, this is not what this person is saying. Or maybe this person is just trying to correct me, or maybe this person is just trying to criticize what I'm doing, okay, for my good. Okay, so it's really important that we are emotionally mature. Okay, I'm just gonna read statement. So if it says host hours, okay, I've read that one. Okay. Bonnie saying, I feel exposed reading about HSP, but Bonnie, can you tell us what HSP is? But not because not every one of us knows what it is. But it's truth. At times, reaching over nothing can be reacting over nothing can be a serious problem and can be what causes divorce, as more arguments will occur and won't be able to come through. So that's true. Thank you so much for coming. Natural Blessed Lifestyle. Thank you so much. Shade Princess, thank you so, so much. I do appreciate you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in and share the stream if you can as well. Okay, so Bonnie is saying HSP. I'm not entirely sure what HSP is, but I'm thinking it's like maybe a condition or something where people overreact to issue. Okay, and there's some people like that you're so afraid to say something before them because you don't know how they would react. You're so afraid to say something because you don't know how they will see it or how they'll take it. Okay, so you become so careful that you are counting your words. Okay, you're thinking, oh, if I say this thing, how will this person feel? How will this person react? Okay, so it's important that we are mature, and it can be a mental condition as well, where people take things too personal. Some people are just too sensitive. Okay, and if you have a partner like that, then you want to be careful to say, okay, how do I deal with this person so that the person knows that I'm not trying to attack them per se, but I'm trying to correct what they're doing. Okay, so highly sensitive people, right? Okay, all right, okay, that's fine. And I'm saying oversensitive. Okay, that's fine. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Thank you so much. You need to be able to also understand where the other person is coming from. They don't mean to be malice. It's usually coming from a place of love. So yes. Okay, when people criticize us a lot of the time, it's not because, and thank you so much, Fitness, for sharing me out. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. When people criticize us, a lot of times, there are some people that are bad-mouthed that will criticize us no matter what we do. That's good. Some people are bad. The authentic Lynn say, I have premium now. Okay, Lynn, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Chandu Scorpion, thank you so much. This is the first time I'm seeing you in my LS. Thank you so much. You're very much welcome to my LS. I do appreciate you. Stay single again. Chandu Scorpion. Hope you've not come to cause confusion in my LS. So Chandu Scorpion is saying, stay single and keep your sanity, which means that if you get married, you go gagas. Is that what you're saying? Okay, but you're very much welcome. Thank you so much. Okay, but no, there's certain things. So if you know that you are not up for it, then don't do it. Okay, so if you're like Thunder Scorpion that's saying, okay, if I get married, I'm going to go gagas, then just don't do it because you're not ready. Okay, so until you're ready mentally, then don't do it. Okay. I know I've seen him before. I've met him. I think I met him at Mama Mary's house and Mama the Super. I met him there. But thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so if you think that, oh, it's not for me, then by all means, don't go into it because it's not for marriage, is not for everyone. Marriage is not for everyone. It's for those that are mature, those that are ready. Okay, so ready in the sense that you're ready mentally, you're ready financially. Okay, so I think I saw a message from Ify. Did I see a message from Ify? Or maybe I've read it. Okay, no. I've read that one. Okay, so I need your contributions as well, and so that we can keep the chat engaged. Okay, so A29 is saying smash the like. So yes, smash the like button as you come in. I would really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and share the stream as well if you can. Okay, thank you so much. So I was saying that you need to be ready. Okay, ready in all ways. So Bunny is saying sometimes being divorced can change your perception of marriage. Is Thunder Scorpion divorced? Is that what you're saying? So many things can change our perception of marriage. So many things, our family, maybe, yes, it is. Been in, yes, he's been in many. Oh. Well, he's saying the things that he's saying. So he's coming from a different place. So yes, I totally understand that. If you've had an experience that wasn't you had an experience that wasn't nice, or if you've seen people that have had bad experiences, then you want to be careful as well. But no, if you think it's not for you, then please don't go into it because marriage can be sweet, but at the same time, it can be very frustrating if you don't think about it properly before going in. If you get married to the wrong person, if you get married to someone that you're not compatible with, it can be very frustrating. It can even ruin your happiness, ruin your life. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are ready. You've thought about it. You've thought about the person that you want to be with. You're ready physically. You're ready mentally. Okay, you're ready to come out of. So when you get married, it's like a contract. Is a contract you are getting into with someone. Okay, so you are getting into this contract with someone. Okay, you should be ready to say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to give up all other for this person. Okay, so that's something you need to think about. Okay, so I'm getting married to this person. I'm ready to give up all other for this person I'm going to be with for the rest of my life if God wills it. Okay, I've never been married, but I've seen a lot that has turned me off from it, which is totally understandable. So if you've seen a lot of marriages that haven't worked out, maybe your friend or someone you know has had a very bad divorce. Okay, that would definitely taint your perception of marriage. Okay, it will. So totally understand that. But not all marriages are like that. Not all, even divorces are not like that all the time. Okay, so not all divorces are messy. Okay, so there are some people, they realize that, you know what, we're not meant to be together, we're not compatible, let's go our separate ways. And sometimes they can still be friends, they still talk to each other. Okay, it's not that messy, but majority of the time divorces are messy. Okay, marriage breeds jealousy and possessiveness. Okay, so this is why I said before that you need to be ready mentally. Okay, you need to be ready to say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to give up all other, because no matter what it is, I can't say, okay, I'm married to someone and then they are still keeping their ex-girlfriends close, they're still keeping female friends close. Of course I'm going to be jealous. Okay, I'm going to be jealous because in as much as I don't want to like hold you and say, okay, you are my property, I'm going to be jealous because you are my husband. Okay, so there's a form of possessiveness there. We're not advised to be overly possessive, but yes, there will be jealousy, there will be possessiveness. So you need to be able to give up your right in a way to say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to give up every other, to forsake all other, to be with this person that I've chosen. Okay, so it's like a contract that you're signing. So you need to be ready. You should be ready to also give up your family in a way, because even the Bible says that a man leaves his father and mother and cleaves to his wife. So you leave every other, not completely, but your wife or your husband becomes number one to you. Okay, Zara Kachi, thank you so much for thank you so much for coming. Thank you. You're crying. Yeah, so if you have a partner, so Tonda, don't cry, please. Elliot Matters, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Thank you. How was your event? Onome Odian, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, so don't cry, Tonda Scorpio. So you won't be free to do. There's some things that no, it's not about freedom. Some things that you shouldn't be doing. You know, there's some things that you should stop doing because you're now married. I, for instance, I'm married. I should not now be hanging out with my friends all the time, hanging out, getting phone calls from my ex or my, you know, just name on any random person, you know. So my husband would definitely be jealous. So that act of jealousy would always be there. Oh, Victoria, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Smash the like button as you come in as well. I appreciate every single one of you. Okay, thank you so much. Elias Matters, I'm fine, thank you. Talk Rich is saying Merry Christmas to everyone. Yeah, so Merry Christmas in advance. I hope everyone is preparing. I think I'm gonna get my Christmas tree up soon. Maybe this week I'll get my Christmas tree up. But thank you all so much for coming. So Wise Bunny is saying I've seen people get divorced because being forced into marriage. So it's not necessarily that people were ready to go into something and they come out of it. So yeah, so some people are not ready. Okay, and some people, what happens is when they get to a certain age, they think they are ready. But we've pointed out that getting married is not about, it's not about your age, it's not about the stage you're in your life. And if you rightly said, if you said that she got married when she was in uni, she was married in uni, she had her children when she was still in uni. Okay, so it's not about your age. Okay, I'm assuming that at that time she was still young. So it's not about your age, it's about being ready. Okay, so some people feel that, okay, because I'm 25, or maybe because I'm 23, or because I'm 30, I'm ready. No, that's not the case. You can think that you're ready, but you actually are not ready, and that's why a lot of people get divorced. And Bonnie is pointing out that some people are forced into marriage. Okay, and this is so true. This happens a lot. Okay, it happens a lot, especially in Africa. A lot of people get forced into marriage, especially girls. Okay, so maybe you're of age, you're finished university, your parents come and tell you, oh, your friends are married, all your friends are married, what are you doing? You've not found the right person. They force you into getting married to someone that you might not even be compatible with. At the end of the day, you are sad, you're unhappy, and then divorce happens. Okay, so it's really important that we are ready physically, mentally, okay, and emotionally. Okay, we need to be ready. Can you have friends of the opposite sex? Okay, give me 2 seconds. So Thunder Scorpion is saying, can you have sex of the opposite sex? Of course you can. Of course you can have friends of the opposite sex. Yes. Okay, because there are some things that I have got friends that are opposite sex, but I'm not as close to them as I will be with my female friends. Okay, and my husband knows my friends that are males, like, okay, this is my friend. Okay, and when maybe I get a call from my friend, I'm like, oh, this is this person. You'll be like, okay, that's fine. But when you now have friends of the opposite sex and you're hiding it away from your partner, then there might be something more to that friend of that opposite sex. But if anyone thinks otherwise, please let us know. Do you think that we should have friends of the opposite sex? Okay, so Lady G's channel, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much, 829. Thank you, Zarakachi. Thank you. I see you. Thank you so much. So, Lady G's channel is saying you are very correct. Okay, what am I correct about? Is it the fact that you can have friends of the opposite sex? And please tell us so that we can know what your opinion is. 829 is as long as you and the other person are mature enough to know you love each other and you have same kind of goals in the Lord, I think you can get married anytime. Okay, so 829 is saying as long as you have the same goal with the person that you want to get married to, so you're both ready, you have the same goal to say, okay, 829, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that amazing super chat. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, so she's saying that so long as you both have the same goal, you know that okay, this is what we want. You can get married to anyone at any time. Okay, so that's also key. So you're both ready. You both have the same goal. You're on the same page. Okay, like that, my friend I was telling you about at the beginning. She had a goal that okay, when I finish university, I want to get married. But the person she was seeing at the time didn't have that goal. They had another goal too. His goal was to make millions before he got married. Thank you so much, 29. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Wise Bunny is saying, okay, no, I'm doing my girl's hair. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, 829. I really do appreciate you. So Thunder Scorpion is saying men are not wired to be with one woman for life. This is why side pieces are on the rise. So men are not wired to be with one person. I've heard that statement before. Do you guys agree with that statement? What Thunder Scorpion has just said, that men are not wired to be with one person. I've heard that men are wired to be I've heard that men are polygamous in nature. Okay, so I've heard that saying. But if you want to get married, you need to know that okay, even though I am wired to be polygamous, getting married is deciding not to be polygamous. Getting married is deciding, you know what, I'll forsake every other and be with this person. Then he just says, for me, having an opposite sex is not a problem. Okay, so Lady G is saying that having an opposite sex as a friend is not a problem. Me, I don't see it as a problem either, so long as we know our boundaries. You know that I'm married, I know you're married, or maybe you're single, I don't know. We know our boundaries. We know that okay, this is what we are as friends. My husband knows you, your wife knows me. We can even be friends, we can even be family friends if possible, you know. But sometimes it might not be family friends, it might just be someone I knew before I met my husband that I'm friends with. You know, we have a connection, we have a friendship, but we know our boundaries. My husband is aware of that friendship. It's when we start doing things in secret or have a friend that my husband is not aware of, then that's when it becomes suspicious. Okay, so thank you so much for that. Thunder says, I am friends with a lot of married women. It's fine. Yeah, so long as you both know your boundaries. So long as you know your boundaries, some of their husbands don't like me, but they have to just deal with it. Well, so long as their marriages are in peace, okay. So long as their marriages are in peace, they're happy with you. If but to think about it, if someone's partner doesn't like you and doesn't want you to be friends with their wives, why would you want to keep being friends with the wife? You can be friends. I think you can be friends, but there should be a boundary. There should be like a distance between you and the wife, because if the man doesn't like you, then there's a reason behind. Maybe you are a threat to him. Maybe you are like a threat to him. Okay, so maybe it feels like you're a threat to him. Okay, but no, we can have friends of the opposite sex so long as we know our boundaries, so long as we know our boundaries and our partners are aware of our friends. Okay, we're not sneaking behind and doing things or having friends that our partners are not aware of. Okay, so because she is grown woman and not a slave. Okay, so she's a grown woman. Yes, she's not a slave. Yes, but she made a decision. Inspirational by Mary. Thank you so much for coming. Okay, so we're talking about if we need to attain a certain status before we decide to get married, and I've said rightly that there are some things that we need to have in order for us to be married. Some things are not necessary, but some things are very important. Okay, so some of the things that we talked about is being ready mentally. Okay, because getting married is a big decision. It's a huge decision that you don't just make lightly. You need to be ready before you get married. So you need to be ready to know that, okay, this is a commitment. I'm ready to commit to this person. I'm ready to forsake all others. Okay, and Stone the Scorpion said that men are wired to be polygamous. Okay, and I said that even though men are wired to be polygamous, that's where they need to be ready to say, okay, you know what, I'll forsake all others to be with this person. Otherwise, you will just be hurting the person you're with. Okay. Precious Mill is saying, I've been married for 14 years, now married. It's not easy when you get into marriage. You cannot expect your partner to understand you. We are different and we have ways of expressing ourselves. Okay. So Precious is saying that she's been married for 14 years. Well, congratulations on that as well. Thank you so much. She's been married for 14 years and it's not easy. We know that it's not easy, okay? But we need to work at our marriage. She says one of the reasons because we are all different and we know we are different. We have conflicts. Okay, we are all different. We react to things differently. We express ourselves differently. So now the onus lies on us to understand how this person reacts or how this person would behave if certain things happen, or how we would react if this person says something or if this person says that. And I said for myself, I'm kind of sharp tongue. Sometimes I say something, okay, and I don't mean it in that way, but my husband might take it in a different way. Okay, so it's now left for me to go to him and say, okay, you know what, that's not what I mean. Actually, this happened like 2 days ago. He said, I asked him for something and he said he couldn't give me the answer I wanted, and I just said something to him. And he felt very bad. I'm like, but that's not what I mean. But he took it another way. Okay, that's just because we are different. We react differently to things. Okay, so Thunder Scorpion say we used to work together. We are not as close, but marriage break up friendships. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So when you have friends that are males or friends that are of the opposite sex, when they get married, things happen. Okay, so you cannot be as close as you used to. Maybe you used to go out visiting them. Maybe you used to go out for meals together and just hug each other and do things like that. That's not going to happen anymore when you get married. Okay, so you can't have that free access to them anymore because they now have a partner that would be jealous, rightly so, because you're coming too close. Okay, so if you get too close, he's going to get jealous and it's going to cause problems for their marriage. So the best thing is for her to, like, you know what, let's be friends from a distance, so you can't be that close anymore. Okay, but that's the truth. Thank you all so much for your contribution. It's been a year. It's been a year. You must miss that friend so much. Thunder Scorpion. One woman says she made a decision to be committed to a hobby, and that does not mean having male friends or female friends that their partner isn't comfortable with. Okay, so yes, she made a decision. So you were there. I don't know the kind of relationship you had with her, but you were there, and then she decided to marry someone else. Okay, and the decision she's made is, you know what, for the sake of my happiness and the sake of, and maybe the husband has said, you know what, this person, I'm not comfortable with them at some point. So the best thing for her to do for the sake of her marriage, for her to have peace in her home, is to say, okay, you know what, Thunder, just let's have some space. Okay, so we'll still be friends, we'll still talk from time to time, but we can't be that close anymore. Okay, so Precious Mill, Wise Bunny says, Scorpion, I know, but it's a thing. Not everyone should have same thinking mentally. Okay, there's some partners that actually won't mind. Okay, some partners won't mind. They trust their partner so much, like, okay, it doesn't really matter. They will even make you their friend. Okay, but again, it depends on the kind of relationship that you had with that person. Okay, so if you were really, really, really close, or maybe you were even in a dating relationship, then the partner, the husband will not want you close to them at all in any way. Okay, so Wise one is saying Scorpion, happens my friend left after being married, makes me sad because miss her, but happens. Yes, so it happens even with female friends. Okay, so Bonnie just pointed that out as well. It happens even with female friends. Sometimes you have a friend that you're so close with, you go clubbing together, you do all those things together, and suddenly they get married and they can't do that anymore. Okay, sometimes the husband forced them not to, sometimes they decide. Okay, but it becomes bad when the women give up their lives or give up their independence for their husbands. But if they're forced to do it, okay, so that's where it's not good. But sometimes the women decide that, you know what, I want to reduce on all these my activities and focus on my marriage, and then from time to time we can meet up. So yes, it does happen with female friends as well. Okay, it's on the same. I still hug her tightly in front of him. I knew her first. I told him, you knew her first, but she chose him. She chose him when you were there. So you need to respect that, Thunder Scorpion. You need to respect the fact that she married someone else. Okay, you need to respect that. Don't go and cause problem in people's homes. Okay. Precious is saying marriage is not by age, but having the maturity and not to be able to tolerate each and be able to tolerate each other. Okay, so marriage is not by age, and that's like we said before, it's not by age, it's about maturity. So maturity, so you can see someone that's maybe 50 years old and they still act like someone that's 20. So it's not about age, it's about the mind. Okay, so you need to be mature in your mind. Okay, it's not about age, it's about the mind. You can see someone that's 20 and they're so mature. Okay, they're so mature, they've been through so much, they've got experiences, they are more mature than someone that's 40. Okay, so you're so right, Precious. It's not about age. Okay. Wise one say when children come in, it does get worse, because if children start to see that someone is trying to come in between children, do get defensive. Okay, so that's all right. So, but thank you all so much for all your contributions. So Bonnie is saying that when children are involved, I think the best thing is for Thunder Scorpion and anyone at all to respect the person's decision. So if this person has got married and said, you know what, I'm married now, they might not even say it verbally, but if the person is married, you need to respect them, respect their marriage. Okay, it's a union, so you need to respect them. They've decided to be with this person, they have a right to be happy with that person. And I won't be surprised if the mention of your name is causing problems in their home. Okay, so we don't want that. We want peace, we want to be advocates of peace. So that's what we should do. Okay, but thank you all so much. I'm here following up. Okay, that's fine. Thank you all so much. Thank you for your amazing contributions. Thank you everyone that has come to my live stream today. I do appreciate everyone. Yeah, so Lady J is saying you respect each other's boundaries. So yes, if the person has decided that, okay, I'm married now, you need to respect the person's boundary. You need to create a boundary. She needs to create a boundary herself. Okay, and just imagine that it was you, Scorpion. Imagine that it was you that had you're married to someone you really love, and there's this guy that's always coming around, and you know that maybe they had an affair in the past, or maybe you knew that your wife liked that person at some point. Okay, so just turn the table around. How would you feel? So we want to respect people's marriages, respect their union. Okay, so it's really important that we do that. But thank you all so much. Like I said, there are some things that are necessary if you want to get married. First of all, you need to be ready in your mind. And I said it's not about age. Maturity is not about age. It's about you saying, okay, you know what, I am ready to commit to this person. I am ready to give up all order for this person. I'm ready to who's saying bye? Is Bonnie leaving? Oh, Bonnie. Thank you so much. So you should be able to say, okay, I'm ready to. So you need to be mature enough to say, okay, it's a decision you're making. You're not forced to make that decision. So you want to do it right, okay? Because if you don't, if you're not ready and you go into it, there's every tendency that you might come out of it. Okay, and I was saying to, I think it was the lady that came on my live stream last week, Patience, I was saying to her that when we were younger, we're being told that don't rush in because you will rush out. Okay. And it sounds like it sounds like something that has no water, but it's true. If you don't look properly, if you don't plan, if you're not ready and you just go in, there's every tendency that you would rush out of that marriage. Okay, so we want to be ready mentally. In your mind, you want to say, okay, you know what? Richie says she's lost. Are we still on the same topic? Yes, Richie, we are on the same topic. Where have you been? Where have you been? So yes, so you want to be ready in your mind, mentally, you want to be ready, okay, because it's a union, it's a commitment. You want to be ready to say, okay, you know what, I'm ready to commit to this person for life. Okay, and that's what we say when when we're getting married, isn't it? But there's also a possibility that something might happen along the way, but that's not what we intend, because when we go in, we're saying that, okay, we want to go in and hopefully this thing works. Okay, so it's really, really important that we are ready in our mind. Okay, you want to call, that's fine. So we want to be ready mentally, financially. Okay, so that's another important one. And that's what when I said about my friend, that the boyfriend, the guy she was dating at the time, said he wanted to have like he wanted to have a job in Shell Petroleum. He wanted to have 1 million naira salary before he gets married. Okay, so even though it's important that this person should have a source of income, it doesn't have to have millions, okay, before he decides to get married. So long as he can support himself and he can support the person that is bringing it, they can both support themselves, then that's what really, really matters. Okay, so we don't need to have the whole world before we decide to get married. So Wise Bone is saying, Scorpion, at times you have to let go of the people you love for the protection of your own heart, because at times people would choose someone else and release that friendship. Okay, so Bonnie is saying that you need to sometimes let go of the people you love. So yes, you do, because she has decided to marry somebody else. She's decided to marry somebody else. So you were there, but she decided to marry somebody else. So because you love her, you let her go. They said if you love a butterfly, let it glow, let it go, and then if it's yours. Wendy's Place, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you all for coming to my LS. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up as you come in as well. Thank you so much. So it says that you can, if you love someone so much, let them go. If they're yours, they would always come back to you. Okay, but if the person has decided, you know what, I'm leaving you, Scorpion, I know you love me, but I'm leaving you, then you should respect that. Let them go so they can have peace of mind, so that they can be happy in your home, and for your sanity as well. Because the more you see them, the more you get hurt. The more you see them, the more you're pained that this person left me. You can't have them anymore unless you want to break their home. So Cousin is saying, I agree, but there should be some certain level of preparation for marriage, especially mentally. But husband and wife should be ready to an extent financially, but mentally is where the real deal is. Okay, so yes, so mentally, yes, 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 you need to be ready in your mind, and financially, yes. Okay, so you want to be able to provide for yourself. You want to be able to provide for the person that's coming in. Say, for instance, I decided, okay, I want to get married to my husband, and my husband can support himself, and I have a job as well, and I can support myself. Then, in that case, we can decide that, okay, you know what, we can make this work. We can make it work. Therefore, let's go ahead. But in a situation whereby maybe the man is living with his parents, he doesn't even have a source of income for himself. Some people do it, but for me, it's not advisable. Okay, so you don't have a source of income for yourself. I don't have a source of income myself. We're depending on people. At the end of the day, you put all the burden of your family on them. And when the children start coming as well, that burden will be on the parents or on your family. Okay, so it's important that we are ready, and mentally we are ready, financially, physically we are ready. Okay, and so that's really, really important. It's a level of responsibility. Yes, that's so true. It's a level of responsibility. It's responsibility, yes. So you are responsible for yourself, you're responsible for your partner, male, female. You become responsible for each other, and then the children start coming in because you can't stop them if they want to come. Sometimes people use protection, but children still come when they want to come. And then when they come and you're not ready, you're not responsible enough, you're not financially ready, mentally you're not ready. And that's why you see people fighting and fighting and arguing because they are not ready, and then they bring a child into that kind of home. Okay, so we need to be really, really careful. Okay, so I think I saw Thunder Scorpion. Says I don't want to marry her, but she still sneaks and comes over. I'm gonna pretend as if I didn't see that. Thunder Scorpion. No, this wasn't an issue of me loving her and she chose another guy. She knows I enjoy being single. When she's with me, she's free. Okay, so she enjoys your company, she enjoys your friendship. That's good, but so long as it's not risking, you're not putting her marriage at risk. Yeah. So inspirational marriage, say I understand what you mean. Okay, living with his parents, yeah. Don't run. Some girls will be like, I don't mind. I don't mind. Let's do it. Some people don't. People don't think. People don't plan. They think, okay, so long as we're happy together, that's fine. But no, there's more to it. And when the children eventually come, and you can't buy Pampers, you can't buy baby food, that's when the whole wahala starts. And again, you're putting pressure on the people you're living with. So Bonnie is saying, I can love someone and be the best of friends with them, but when they want to be married, sadly, other friendships can break, because when you get married, then having a friendship outside of what's where is it? I've missed Bonnie's comment. Outside of what you I didn't get that. Kids are expensive. Yes, kids are expensive. You both can cause a problem. God then said, earliest matters, serious run, the Bible verse says, leave father and mother. Yes, that's why I said you need to be mentally ready to say, okay, you know what? I'm ready to leave. I'm going to be with you. So now it's between us. So you are a priority to me and I'm a priority to you. Because the Bible says a man will leave his father and mother, to leave father, mother, and cleave to become one with that person. So we become one, because every other person becomes second. So it's really important that we are financially stable already. Okay, so it's really important, not depending on people, not putting the pressure on people. Okay, so it's really important. Host, I'm still here but quiet. Okay, thank you so much, Ify. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Wise Bunny say kids don't have to be expensive. I pretty much look after and raise my niece myself, and have bought her things, and not necessarily the most expensive things she has to have. Okay, Victory Space, thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate you for coming today. Thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you so much. What did Elias say? These ones don't read the Bible. Okay. Okay, and that's another thing I'm going to talk about soon as well. About getting married to someone that you're not like equally yoked with. Okay, because my husband and I were arguing about this some days ago, on equally yoked. Okay, so but yeah, we need to be ready physically, mentally, financially. Don't just say, okay, you love me, I love you, okay, let's go ahead. No, it doesn't work that way. Say for instance, you're depending on your family. At some point they will get tired and be like, okay, when are you going to start your life? And again, you put yourself under unnecessary hardship, unnecessary pain. You bring your children into unnecessary hardship. It's not necessary. Let's not do it. Okay. And Bonnie was saying that children are not necessarily expensive. So why I'll say yes, okay, you don't have to buy the most expensive thing for the children, but it's an extra expense. So when you talk about children's food, when you talk about the Pampers, it's a must for children. Okay, so talk about food, talk about Pampers, clothes. It doesn't have to be expensive, but they have to have something to put on themselves. Okay, so that's an added stress. So you want to make sure you are able to provide. Okay. Iyala J Makeup, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Okay, so what we're talking about is, do we need to have certain status before getting married? So what we've agreed is that yes, there are some things that need to be in place before you get married, but then there are some things that are not necessary. Okay, so things that we need, like being ready, being mentally ready, physically ready, emotionally ready, yes. Okay, but you don't have to have 1 million naira or 1 million pounds, or maybe have the biggest house in the world before you can get married. So long as you are financially stable, you can look after yourself, you can fend for yourself and one other person. Okay, you are good to go. So long as you can fend for yourself and I can fend for myself and we can come to an agreement, then yes, that is fine. Thank you so much. So that's stuff you're saying, living in the mom's basement and trying to date. A lot of people do it. A lot of people do it because sometimes you find out that, okay, I remember like last week I was in the bathroom and I remember, because it's so cold, I like to put my towel on my radiator so that it gets warm. And then when I'm ready, when I finish having my shower, I just put the warm towel on myself. And then I remembered, I think it was a couple of years ago, where I was working, this guy came up and said he was living in his girlfriend's house. Okay. And one of the benefits he was getting was free food, free this, and a warm towel in the morning. So when I brought my towel and put on my body, I remember that, you know. And some people will say, okay, some girls, a lot of people where I live, they live in, okay, so they live with their parents, their boyfriend's parents, or their girlfriend's parents. Okay, that's how they live. And before you know it, they're pregnant. Before you know it, a child has come in, and before you know it, they move out and they're on benefits. Okay, so those kind of relationship, it's not marriage. Sometimes they break up, single mom, single dad, and that's how that works. Okay, but yes, it does happen. It does happen a lot, a lot, a lot. A lot of people moving and leaving. Okay, it happens a lot. Okay, but we need to be ready. So if I have a house of my own and I have a boyfriend, or if I'm a man and I have a house of my own, I have a job of my own, and I want my partner to live with me, that's a different scenario. But you are now having to come and live in your parents' house, and then a child comes in, they have one child, have two children, and then that's how it works for them. But those kind of relationship most of the time don't work out. Okay, I'm just gonna go back to the comments. Let's have a look. So wise when you say being there, you don't have wide sense of the world, and what you need they don't know yet. Yes, things they see they want, but they don't know about cost yet. So yes, that's the only time a woman made a man a millionaire is when that man was at first. So the Scorpion, that's not true. That's all our bonus hobby. Okay, that's fine. Wise one say when they thank you, Victory Space, for sharing me out. Thank you so much. When they are young, there's not much you need. That's true. That's so true. That's true. That's true. Children don't necessarily need much, but they do need. And apart from the financial things they might bring, the financial burden they might put on you, you need to look after them as well. You need to invest your time. You need to invest your emotion in them. Okay, and if you're not ready, how are you going to be able to invest in them? Okay, so it's important that we are ready. So Cobden is laughing. Precious said you need to be financially independent before marriage. Don't be a burden to someone else. So yes, that's also true. That's so true. So you need to be financially ready. You need to be financially ready. Okay, otherwise you'll be a burden. Otherwise, people will start health issues with Deborah. Thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Don't forget to smash the like as you come in as well. Mommy BTV, thank you so much. Happy Sunday and Merry Christmas in advance to everyone. Merry Christmas in advance. So, and we're looking forward to our party on the 14th, our Christmas party. Yay, we're going to wear our dancing shoes to Cobden's house. Okay, where did I stop? So Precious Chigel says, yes, you need to be financially independent before marriage. Don't be a burden to someone else. So yeah, so don't be a burden, okay? Because at some point, the people get tired of you. So they get tired of you, like, okay, when are you going to have your own life? When are you going to stop depending on us? And they start treating you badly as well. Okay, you lose value where these people are, and that's really important. That we keep our values, okay, whatever values you have, you need to keep your values, you need to keep your respect. Because if you depend on people at some point, you lose that value, you lose that respect because they feel like you've got nothing to bring to us, you've got nothing to offer us. And we're talking about this today at Lady G's channel, Lady G's LS. Okay, you lose your value, you lose respect because they feel like, okay, this person doesn't have anything to bring to the table. But even though the future might change, we need to do the right thing today. We need to do the right thing now. Okay, so very true. Finances in relationships, marriages can cause a strain. So yes, that's also true. That's so true. So I might come up and say, okay, I love you. It doesn't matter. Oh, as long as I love you, that's fine. But it gets to a point. It gets to a point whereby you're not able to meet my needs. Those little things I need, you can't meet my needs. I can't meet your needs. Then we begin to have clashes. We begin to have conflict all the time. Okay, someone says the love is blind, but when financial pressure comes, you know that love is not blind at all. It has small eyes that it uses to see. Okay, so finance is very important. I always say one of the biggest causes of marriage breakdown, relationship breakdown. Okay, so finance is so important in marriage. Okay, so Sandra Scott and say, I had a married woman who I was good friends with ask me for money. Is that acceptable? Uh, it happens. It happens. Ladies just say no money, no love. Oh. Okay, so Thunder Scorpion has just said something there. Thunder Scorpion says he had a married woman that asked him for money. Is that acceptable? Please, I want you guys' opinion. Don't, because then it's already shining her eyes. So I want you guys' opinion. Do you think it's acceptable for a married woman to ask a single man for money? Do you think it's acceptable? Fitness Study, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you so much. Okay, I have some of them around me. It's not easy. Okay. Okay, so Precious says she has some people like that around her and she knows that it's not easy. Okay, so but do you think it's acceptable that a married woman will go to someone and that's single to ask for money? 829, thank you so much. Thank you. I really do appreciate it. I think the husband of the woman should be the one asking for money if they're tight on cash. A Thunder Scorpion. Okay. So Cobden is saying that the man should be the one to be looking for money, not the woman herself. Okay, so she's saying that shouldn't be the case. While I totally agree, but say for instance, this person that she's asking money from is her friend, not the man's friend. Okay, is this acceptable? The old Rose, thank you so much for coming. 829 is leaving me, but she's still saying smash the like button. Thank you so much. Lady J says not acceptable because he will take an advantage of her. Okay, that's fine. We knew each other for years. I'm sure her husband didn't know about it, but I didn't ask. I gave it, and she paid me back. We never spoke about it. Okay, I mean, even though I don't think it's acceptable, there are some times that it's hard really because I'm not in the woman's shoes, so I can't say, okay, this is not acceptable or that isn't, because life is not always black and white. It's not always black and white. It's not acceptable, okay? It's not acceptable, but then sometimes conditions can get so bad, okay? So the man might be doing his bit, and then maybe the woman has to do her bit as well, okay? And then she knows someone that maybe she's known this person for a long time, that she knows this person can help her. It's a really gray area, to be honest. It's really gray. So my own is, so long as she's not coming to you to offer herself to you, okay? It's a shame, that she's married and then this is happening. It's a shame. Okay, but sometimes life happens. Sometimes life happens. Okay, so God then is saying, in this day and age, I think they should both ask. Okay, so that's fine. So God then is saying, that's just me, oh, not that the man is the one looking for money. A guy should be asking a guy, and a woman should be asking from a woman. Okay, I understand your point. So Wise One is saying, yes, we have people like that that will ask the ones will sort out for money. And of course, they will be the ones saying yes, because being softy can be to your disadvantage. Okay. So like I said, even it's not an ideal situation. It's not something that we want. Okay, but I'm not in the woman's shoes. I'm not going to judge her to say, okay, why would you go and ask a man for money? It's it's really hard. Like I said, it's a great area. Behold, Rose, thank you so much for coming. I do appreciate you. But if the guy is a friend, it's her friend, she can ask. Exactly. That's what I said. So this person is her friend, and the husband is doing his bit, and she knows this person that can help her. So long as she's not throwing herself on him, it's not an ideal thing to do. It's a shame that, okay, you are married and then you're asking people for money, but sometimes life happens. Okay. So the Sunday is saying, UJ Space TV, thank you so much for coming to my LS. I don't think I've seen you before, but thank you so much for coming. If you've not connected with me, please connect with me. I'll connect with you afterwards. So Thunder Scorpion is saying, I barely knew him. He was struggling with work. I didn't think anything of it at the time because we are close. This was over 10 years ago, and I actually forgot about it. Yeah, so you did a good thing there, knowing that the man is struggling for work, the family is struggling, and then they came to you for help. Of course, you will. You will if you can. I think you should. I think the bigger question, if a situation warrants, why not? You can ask. So Compton is saying, I think the bigger question is, will a husband be comfortable if he knows that she's asking a guy for money? I bet you that answer is no. That answer is no, 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 no. The husband won't be comfortable that she's asking another guy for money, even a female for money, because his pride will be hurt. Like, okay, I'm here and you're going to another guy for money. Okay, his pride would be hurt. But sometimes, like I said, life happens. Okay, Precious is laughing. Helps Deborah says, as for me, it depends on the rapport, because lots of people are finding it difficult to survive now. However, she should carry her husband along. The husband will not allow her. I don't think your husband will agree to that kind of thing. Like, okay, I'm here. It depends on how badly they need that money again. So if they need it badly, then maybe if she says, okay, I need to borrow this money to do this thing, then in that case, maybe the husband would agree, like, okay, we're going to pay back. So the husband might agree. Okay, so circumstances change. You may have been in a good position. Maybe jobs have been lost, or their payment is less, and to cover expenses. That's right. You discuss with your husband before asking a guy for money. Okay, Queen Amos says you are right. It will belittle him. Yes. Okay, Didi, can't pronounce this. Didi, I can't pronounce your name. I'll just say Didi, okay? Didi, Iga Next King. I think I'm correct. Didi Eagerness King says hello, everyone. Hello, thank you so much for coming. Please connect with me if you haven't done so. I think it's your first time in my LS, but thank you so much for coming. Okay, so 829 said yes, and health issues with Deborah. I hear you. Let me go back to what she says. As for me, it depends on the rapport, because lots of people are struggling. So that's right. Thunder's Confiance says I'm joking. Well, you put everyone under tension now. Don't say you're joking. Jesus, you just made us start thinking. Okay, so Wise Bunny says expenses change and what was comfortable may not be comfortable anymore. Precious Meal, I have a question, okay? What do you think about parents forcing their children to get married? That is completely, I think that is completely, completely wrong. It violates the child's rights, it violates the child's human rights, it violates the child's personal rights, but violates the child on every level. Okay, parents should in no way be forcing their children to get married. Parents should in no way put pressure on their children to get married, because at the end of the day, it is the child that will go into the marriage. Okay, and at the end of the day, they are the ones that would not be happy in the marriage. Okay, we know that there are some rare cases that maybe there's an arranged marriage or something. Some rare cases you find out that the children are okay, but in most cases they are not. So probably they have someone that they were dating that they want to get married to, and then the parents force them to marry someone else. Okay, in that case, they would not be happy in any way at all. And I think it's completely, completely wrong. It's wrong on every angle, to be honest. But thank you. Well, guys, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Okay. Thanks, Dr. Tonda. Tonda, we didn't know you were a doctor. Precious, sadly, it happens, and that's what they cause more hatred towards marriage. Yes, it does happen. Unfortunately, it does happen. Okay, it shouldn't be happening, but it does happen, unfortunately. But that's completely wrong. Okay, so Behold Rose says, anyone single here and enjoying this talk and comment? Anyway, it's just me alone. No, I'm sure everyone is enjoying it, both married and single. We're all enjoying it. We're all learning, because even if we're married, we have children that are coming. Okay, they're going to get to that age. Okay, so Victoria says, but I think a woman should ask a woman for money and not a man, because there are some husbands that not even understands if one guy's a friend, but rather he would change the issue on your head. That's true. I totally agree with that, Victoria. Okay. So and Cobbs then said the same thing as well. A woman should ask a woman for money, a man should ask a man for money. Okay. Um it's totally right. I think that's the right case scenario, because the man will come tomorrow and say, hey, you've slept with that man. Why would he give you that money? If you didn't have anything with him, why would he give you money? Okay, and that's why someone says carry the man, carry your husband along as well. Okay, so that's so true. Well, thank you so much for that comment, Victoria. Okay, um, Rose, I'm single. What's wrong? Why is Bonnie? So the old Rose, Bonnie is single as well, so it's not just you, okay? Precious Smith says, wise one, you are correct. Okay. Victoria says, so I think it's better to ask a woman like you for money. Oh, yes, that's true. I totally agree with that. Because men, that's this wahala. That's so true. So it's wise. But let's give another scenario. What if the female friends around her can't provide? What if she's gone to her friends and they can't give her money, or if they start laughing at her and she only has this one friend that she knows from maybe high school that is doing so well, that maybe is a minister somewhere? Okay. Would you say don't ask at all? I understand where you're coming from. I'm just looking at it from a different perspective. Okay. So if all her female friends can't help her, or they won't help her, okay, and she has this friend that's maybe a governor or a minister or something, somewhere. So are you saying that she shouldn't ask them? But I guess that's why it comes up like, get your husband involved, let him be involved to know that, okay, this is what I'm doing, before he will come back and say something else. Cops and you're saying bam, and vice versa. Women will not find it funny if you hear your hobby ask a woman for money. That's true if you flip the coin around. Because we're talking about this now. If you flip the coin around, it's the same thing. How would I feel if my husband went to ask a woman for money? The roof might come down. You know. But if we had that conversation to say, okay, babe, look what's happening. I'm going to meet this person for money for this. In fact, that conversation will be a very difficult one to have, to be honest. You know, but again, like I said, life happens. Life happens. I like to be the baby in things. It's more fun that way. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Confidence said then Wise Bunny said, I like to be the baby in things, it's more fun. And even in the family situation, I'm the baby, except, okay. Cousin is saying then she should carry her husband along to ask the guy. It's very odd. Yes, yes, yes. So that's why I said, so in that case, you need to let your husband know and tell him the reason why as well. And if you tell him the reason why, then maybe he would listen. And but some men are so proud, they will just say, no, let's die in hunger. I'd rather die in hunger, I'd rather die hungry than go and meet someone else. But whatever he decides, and whatever you both decide is what you go for. So if your husband is that kind of person that says, oh no, let's manage the way we are, then that's fine. So long as you both agree. Okay. Pene was saying there are still some decent men out there. Some will give and 2 years will not hear about it. Yes. There are some good men out there and they will give and nobody will hear about it. Okay, you came to me for help. This is the help you want. Take and go. Don't worry about paying back or pay me back so and so time. But the question now is, what if the husband finds out that I'm just playing the devil's advocate here. What if the husband finds out that you went to borrow money from someone maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago? You know, that would be an issue. So we need to get our partners involved to say, okay, this is what I'm planning to do. This person is a good person. They won't say what to anyone. Please swallow your pride and let's just get help. Okay, so that's really important. And Precious is saying that I trust you, my friend. Sometimes it's good to listen and talk in that way. You are learning. Let me go back to Zara, see what Zara said. I think I missed Zara Kachi. I'm looking for Zara's comment. So Precious Meal, I'm just listening. Okay. Yes, for all listeners so that we can learn and do the right thing, make the right decisions as well. Ages Food Corner, thank you so much for coming. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming to my live stream today. How are you? I hope you're well. Okay, so we're having a very, very important and interesting discussion. What we need before we get married. Do we need to have certain qualities, certain status, or not? Okay, and we've said that there are certain things that I must for you before you decide to get married. But thank you so much. If you have an understanding man, it wouldn't be a problem asking a guy for money with your husband's consent. Okay, so even if your husband is understanding, if he doesn't give his consent and he finds out that you're asking men for money, that will be an issue. He'll probably call you a prostitute. So it's something that you want to talk to him about. You want to have his consent. Thank you so much, Ages Food Corner. I do appreciate you. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Tonda is saying, which is worse, physical cheating or emotional cheating? And can the marriage survive cheating? Wait, Tonda, let me read other people's comments first. I'll come back. I'll come back to that. Thank you. So Queen would say, I have personal experience. I was so grateful till tomorrow. Good, good, good. So sometimes we get help and we are grateful. So that's good. So long as your husband understands, that's fine. So long as you and your husband come to an agreement, that's fine. That's not a problem. Okay, and your husband is obviously a good and understanding man as well. Otherwise, some men like the men in the place where I come from. I'm from Delta State, by the way, from the southern part of Delta State. Some men from the place I come from, they won't have it. Okay, unless it's a very understanding person. Okay, so Ages Food Corner says exactly we need to involve our partners. No Scorpio, no marriage will survive cheating. Okay, health issue, it's a matter of understanding. I guess it's not a tight corner. If not, the man will swallow his pride. Kia kia. It will die affair. He will swallow his pride. Okay, that's fine. A talk with Richie. When things was not going well for my family, I asked my old friend for money. My husband was aware. So when we had the money and my husband went by himself and gave him the money back and thanked him too. Okay, so you see, so that's an understanding that you and your husband had. You knew that, okay, this person, maybe this person is a minister or a governor somewhere. Okay, he can help us. Let's go to him for help. And your husband agrees. And you go for him and he helps you. And of course, because he's a man, he has to go back himself to say, okay, guy, thank you for the help you gave us. Okay, and I'm sure that you'll be grateful for that, and your husband will be grateful for that as well. Okay, there will definitely be one female friend that's have, okay. Pretty Faith Family TV, thank you so much for coming. It's an issue when a wife goes asking money from other men. It is an issue, but sometimes, like we said, life happens and you need the help. It's okay. So Precious Mill says exactly, host. What about if the husband finds out is it good to involve them? Okay, so you should involve them from the first place. You should involve the husband before you ever go and ask the person for money. Okay, so you should involve them, otherwise it will cause an issue for your home. Victoria says, but how can someone keep 5 or 10 female friends that cannot help you in times of need? Some people are just wicked. So me, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I know that you find someone, but then there are times that maybe the person, maybe your friends are just not well to do, or maybe they don't have the kind of money that you are looking for. Okay, it's possible, it's not impossible. Okay, so yes, you have to involve them. Thunder Scorpion says, no, the husband. Okay, so Thunder Scorpion is asking, what kind of cheating is more painful? Is it physical or is it emotional? Which kind of cheating is more painful to the partner? I personally think that both of them are equally painful. Because if you cheat with someone emotionally, all you need is the opportunity, the time, and the space, and you will be able to do it physically. So it is equally bad. Okay, so physical, emotionally, they are both bad. Okay, and when you're cheating on your partner emotionally, you're taking that attention away from him or her. Okay, you take that attention because you can't be loving someone emotionally and then loving another person. So you will give one more than the other one. So it's the same. To me, I feel it's equally they're equally bad. All you need is the opportunity, the time, the space, and then you can cheat in the physical. That's my opinion. It's good, so they're cooking here with one hand. I appreciate love. Thank you so much. Both of them are very painful. They are both painful, to be honest. They are so painful. They are so painful. And Scorpion was asking, I think he was asking, can the marriage survive and cheating? Okay, so it depends on the two individuals. It depends on the level of the relationship. It depends on there's so many factors that are involved. Okay, so it's dependent on the two people first of all. Is the partner okay to forgive the person that's cheated? As the person that cheated decided that, okay, I'm not going to do it again. Okay, have they found the reason why he cheated in the first place? So there's so many things that needs to be looked into before they can decide that, you know what, yes, I forgive you, let's are married. And sometimes it might be that they need to go for counseling. Okay, so sometimes when cheating happens in a relationship, it's so painful, the trust is broken, and it's so hard for the two couples to go back together to the same way they were before. So at that point, they might need counseling. They might need a third party to come in to say, okay, what do we need to do? This is where we've gone wrong, and guide them through the healing process, and then their marriage can get back together. But again, like I said, it depends on the two individuals. Are they willing to forgive? Is the person willing to stop what they've done? Okay, is it a one-off or is it something that they're doing all the time? So those are things that you need to look into before you can decide whether you want to forgive or not. Okay. I will live from cheating. I won't forgive cheating. Once a cheater, always a cheater. So if you're single, then it's cut and clear, dry and clear. Okay. But when you're married and you've got children, okay, it's a little bit more tricky. Okay, so if it's a single person, someone cheats on you once, cheats on you twice, then you want to decide whether you want to continue that relationship or not. But when it's a marriage relationship, then there's more to it. There's more to it. And especially if you've got children. So you need to put a lot of things into consideration before you decide whether to leave. Okay, so but thank you all so much for coming. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. I think I'll be ending this LS in the next few minutes, but thank you all so much for coming. And my membership is live. So if you want to join my membership, please feel free to join my membership. We have a live stream for members only, and then we can talk a bit more about relationship and personal growth and development as well. If you want to support my channel, that's a very good way to support my channel. If you learn from me, if you like what I do on my channel, then that's a good way to support me as well. But thank you, Elias. Don't use that. We need to change it. We need to change it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Elias. Elias is one of my members, my first member. Thank you so much. So Wise Bunny says, I've been following a person that didn't want to divorce even after cheating. Cheating does destroy children. So yes, it does affect children. It affects the couples, and it affects the children as well. One is asking if you're speaking coded language. No, she's just using some of the emojis I made for my membership, but I think I made it a little bit too small, so I need to redo them, to be honest. But she's one of my members. Thank you so much. Thank you. I do appreciate every single one of you. But yes, you can join my membership to support Everyday Matters if you want to. Thank you all so much. Cheating affects the kids and both partners. So yes, that's also true. It affects the children, it affects the partners. It does a great deal. Thank you so much, Thunder Scorpion. Thank you to everyone that has come in today. Those that are first timers like Thunder Scorpion and a few other people that came in for the first time today. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm disappointed and hurt, so no code speaking aloud. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Wise Bunny, Thunder Scorpion, Ages Food Corner, Zara Kachi. Thank you so much. Precious Meal, I talk with Richie. Thank you so much, everyone. Ladies, this channel says when a woman cheats is a big problem and the man will send her packing. But when a man cheats, the woman will forgive, because we are women and we're so easy to forgive. I think we talked about that a while ago. It's easy for us as women to forgive, but for men it takes a lot, and we try to find out why that was as well in that video. But thank you all so much. Ages Food Corner, thank you so much, and bye. Have a lovely week to you. The Ege Show invited me here. Oh, thank you so much, Vienna. Thank you so much, Diego, for coming. I do appreciate you so much. Generally, all men are proud, but it is an understanding and mature man to understand and know that everyone needs each other's help once in a while. So yes, that's so true. Thunder Scorpion said, because we have fragile ego and it's different, okay? Women easily forgive. Love how my sad face emoji looks. Okay, bye everyone. Thank you so much, Ege. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you coming. So my LS is usually on Sundays by 5 o'clock, so you are free to join me next week Sunday. And I post my videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays as well. So please feel free to connect with me. If you don't already have me, please connect with me and I will return. Thank you so much. Behold Rose, thank you so much. Some men should be able to cheat, not women. That's not acceptable, Thunder Scorpion. No one should cheat on anyone. But thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Cobden, thank you so much. Henry, thank you so much. Diamond TV Online, thank you everyone. I do appreciate you. I don't know if I'm Wise Bunny. Thank you so much. And thank you for all your contributions as well. I do appreciate every single one. Bye and have a beautiful week ahead. Merry Christmas in advance as you go shopping. And whatever you do, make sure you stay safe, okay? But thank you so much and I'll see you sometime this week. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye. Onome Ojen, thank you so much. You've been very quiet, but thank you so much. I really do appreciate you for coming. Thank you. Bye.